Right, so today I want to touch on the subject of um, what is it called, living with intentions, and go more deep into that, because I think one of the main sentences that I've been living by these past few months has been to live with or to do things for a reason, not for emotions. Because when you think about the things you do daily, like sitting on your phone a lot, TikTok, Instagram, you don't do those because of a reason, right? And I think some people say I do that for a reason, and the reason is going to be to pass the time. But for my personal opinion is that passing the time is not really a reason to do something, because you can do other stuff in passing time. And I think, like, why would you want the time to pass? You could also do something valuable in that time instead of just letting that time fly by, let it pass. And also because I feel like emotions kind of show weakness, I guess. Not like as in crying. I think crying is good, and like certain emotions at certain times, like if something sad happens. But like when you live by emotions, and I think lazy people live a lot by emotions, because their body feels like tired, the mind is kind of tired, and they're like, all right, let's just chill, because my emotions are tired and like lazy right now, so I'm gonna be tired and lazy. But if you think of reasoning, like, okay, I have 1 hour, I do feel tired, but I can get some work done. So you need to think beyond those emotions. Like, you need to step aside. This is your emotions, this is you, right? You need to step aside and look at those emotions. What are those emotions? My emotions right now are also kind of tired. Maybe you can hear it a little bit. Tired and tired and lazy, actually, and also happy. So like, I'm looking at the side to my emotions right now, and I can see what my emotions are, right? And now I can act differently upon those emotions. I can look, what emotions do I need right now, and what emotions do I not need. Like happiness is something that I do need all the time, I think. But like laziness and the want to sleep, you don't need those things. Like, you can act upon stuff not with your emotions, basically. So yeah. So like I said, I think we need to do stuff more because of reasoning and not because of emotions. Because of emotions are essentially what our body is telling us, like how we feel at the moment. But we don't need to act upon that. It's just our body letting know what we feel. Okay, like fear is a good emotion because it was made for our body. Because if you look at it, like, I don't know, 1,000 years ago, when we had to hunt for animals and stuff, and animals will come at us, and that's why we have fear, right? Because we're getting scared, right? We want to run away, we want to save our lives. So our body will basically give ourselves the emotion fear if we felt like something was off, something was not like right, you know. And I think we can kind of, like, you get better at things by doing them more often. And I think that works the same with emotions and like fears. Like, I have a fear of heights, and I worked for 2 months at a like an outdoor climbing park, I guess, and I had to test the routes every morning, and I was scared as shit. Like, this shit was not fun for me at all. But essentially it got me over my fear for heights. And so basically, if you have any fear, I also have a fear for public speaking, or like, don't really like it. But as you do it more often and often, I've noticed that with public speaking as well, if you do it more and more often and look at why you're doing it, then you will get better at it. Because the more you do something, the more you get better at it. And but this all stems from one tree, I think, that I think about a lot. And it's like, what makes me happy? Or like, what is happiness really? And I'm kind of like, on the one hand, I want to work really hard and like do the things that I say I'm gonna do and like achieve as much as possible, because that makes me happy. But also on the other side, what makes me happy is like listening to myself and taking care of myself. And sometimes that means putting taking care of myself over like my goals, over my like what I talked about. And in that case, you have the emotion of ego. Like you think, okay, my body is kind of like, let's say you're running 10 kilometers and you really want to win those 10 kilometers, but your body starts to hurt, or your knee, and you know it's not that good, but you want to keep running because you feel so good. Like the rest of your body, you just want to keep pushing because it makes you stronger in the end, and it will kind of make you feel like a pussy if you stop. But in the end, it's better to listen to yourself, because you only have one body, right? You only have one mind, only one of everything. So I think health should come before everything. But it's important to keep your emotions on one side and like reasoning on the one side. Like if you look at it with emotions again, like the running example, you're gonna want to stop, because, or maybe you want to keep going. But it depends, because most of the time when I have an injury, I want to keep going with running, because it makes me feel alive and it makes me feel good afterwards, right? But when you look at 2 weeks after, maybe I have like a major injury because I was running for that injury. But my emotion at the time was like, oh, don't be pussy, just keep running because you're gonna enjoy it. But when you think with reasoning, it's gonna be like, oh, okay, I have an injury, or at least it's starting to hurt. Maybe I should slow down a bit and just chill, you know? So yeah, I think I'm gonna keep this one short because I don't have any more things I want to share about this topic. No, just look at why you're doing stuff, and like I said at the start, it's kind of like a follow-up on the intention thing, because reasoning and intention, I feel like it's kind of the same thing. So look at yourself and the decisions you make from a third point of view, like from, I don't know, a camera that is right there. Look at yourself and why you're doing stuff. And when you see why you're doing stuff, you can see if you're doing them because of emotions or because of reasoning. And be true to yourself, alright? Don't say, okay, I can chill now because I've done like work enough. No, if you've still got energy in your body, if you still feel good, then you can do it, right? Like, that is not a reason. To pass the time is not a reason, alright? I think like a lot of stuff I did first to pass the time, like when I was waiting on the bus, I was just looking at the front and just waiting on the time. And that also comes from living on a time-based world. But when you live in an energy-based world, like I talked about in a few vids ago, you will actually look at the reasoning differently. Like when I'm not looking at my phone, not doing anything, just looking beyond and stuff, it's because I'm listening to my higher self, like the thoughts that my higher self puts into my mind. And that's also reasoning. But our reasoning is not like, because of this I can do this. No. It's not like they contradict each other. Like everything you do is one thing, right? So like if you've had a busy school day, you can still go home with the train and read a book, or just listen to your thoughts, right? And if you have, like, I don't know, training, like sort of sport you play afterwards, then you can maybe sleep a little bit in the train. You're doing it with the reasoning, because then you will be more awake and have more energy when you're having the training, right? But if you look at it with emotions, you don't want to go to training because you're tired. Alright, so basically, try to look at things with why you're doing them. Then you can see if you're doing them with reasoning or with emotions, and then you can look at the emotions if you're doing them with emotions, and just look what the reason is why you're actually doing them, and be honest with yourself. Be true to yourself. Alright. And also I want to say thanks a lot to the people who've commented. I think only like 3 people have commented, but that means so much. Like, actually, I looked at my mail in the morning today and I saw a comment, and it was so heartwarming. Like, I'm thinking of maybe making a Discord channel and just chatting with each other, because it's kind of like, it feels kind of distant this way, and I feel like we can make some kind of community around this. So maybe I'll make a Discord sometime. Yeah, I'll see. Thanks.